Hi, I'm back. I had to take a little break because, um, yeah. So, it's raining its ass off right now. 6:20 something in the morning. Team no sleep. You must be a Cancer. So, what we got for Cancer? Because apparently, someone has anxiety over something. Someone's worried about something. Or someone. What's happening? What's going on? Bad luck, no control over something. Someone's having like some kind of negative phase right now. Looking for a purpose. Okay. Let's see what we get. What's the message for Cancer? And this could be sun, moon, or rising. Doesn't have to be. If it resonates, great. If it doesn't, no. Okay, so someone feels like they are in defense. Or like, okay, we got 7 of Wands upright. So someone could be feeling like maybe they're trying to maintain their control. And are trying to move on from, I guess, a past situation, or they could have had some personal setbacks and they're trying to move forward from that. How do we move forward? You're living in the past. Someone's living in the past here. 6 of Cups reversed. Someone wants to move forward, leaving home. Finding peace with something. Again, with 5 of Cups reversed at the bottom. So, okay. How do we move forward? Okay, so something is complete. You completed some kind of cycle here. This could have been a karmic cycle. And I guess that's why you're moving forward. You could have been feeling a bit careless. Oh, here's the card that had the World upright again. And we got the Sun at the bottom of the deck, upside down. So whatever this karmic cycle, whatever this completion of this karmic cycle is, it's only brought you inner happiness. It's not giving you like physical happiness, like outer happiness. You feel like it was just a quiet achievement, I guess, if that makes sense. Yeah, literally what I just said. King of Swords reverse. You have like this inner truth or like this quiet power. You like to move in silence a lot because you don't like people getting in your way when it comes to your success. And I guess when it comes to a point, because you're used to being in control. I know the feeling. Because we're cancers, right? We're usually, on our shit. You know what I'm saying? A game. But lately it's like something keeps blocking, or you feel like something keeps blocking you, but nothing's really blocking you. What you're feeling, what you're probably picking up on, is someone else's energy. You could be very empathetic, whatever. That, yeah. You're very sensitive to the energies around you, and you could have I'm not saying like a permanent issue, but sometimes you let your emotions guide you rather than your mind. How do I explain this? I mean, I don't really know another way to explain that. You're mature to an extent, yes, but considering that you tend to panic when things don't go your way, and you think that it's a loss, but it's not a loss. It just wasn't the time. Are you catching on what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna get more clarity on it, obviously, but yeah, because it's something about a passion project. We got Knight of Wands at the bottom. It's something that you're trying to work on here, and but your energy is kind of scattered everywhere right now, and it's kind of affecting your inner peace as well. You don't like your peace being disrupted, because you could also have a temper. Every death, not a physical death, but it could be whoever I'm dealing with, it's definitely an ending to something. You put a death to a situation that no longer serves you. And because it's the end of the cycle, so it's done. Whatever, it's done. I mean, there's nothing to go back to when it comes to like situations like that. Ooh, this hair though. Anyways, and it's affecting your mood too, because it's like, okay, I did this, I did that, I also did this, and I put all this time and effort in that. What the fuck? You're just like, okay. Oh, what? Hello? You're just trying to, keep your cool without looking like you're trying to keep your cool. And you're just like, eye twitch, You're over it. Yeah. And it's like a constant thing, but it's also normal. This is what we all go through. Damn. Hostile. But we got the literally what I just said. It cannot get any worse. It can't, because the cycle's complete. You got what you needed out of whatever you needed to get out of whatever that was. And now you're moving forward, because the number 10 also represents an ending and a new beginning. Ending of a cycle. And now the only way out of is up. If you're understanding what I'm saying. And you're, I guess, recovering from this. It could have been a painful ending too, though. That's also why you've been a little moody. Same. You're probably feeling my energy. Sorry, bro. But, yeah. But, there is Page of Pentacles. There is some kind of opportunity coming in. Because you've been, trying to keep it together. And it's gonna be a small opportunity at first. It could be like, could start off as a partnership or something. I can get into detail with that though. Something to do with your skills though. Can we get more into that, please? Okay, we got the Page of Wands reversed here. So, yeah, because you feel like, okay, this manifestation that's coming in, you could already have it, but lack the direction on where to go with it, if that makes sense. What is this piece of hair doing though? Like, ugh. And like, I'm sorry. We got the Chariot reversed at the bottom. And usually with the chariot there's movement. But right now, with it being in reverse, it's like you don't want to make any sudden move out of carelessness or like arrogance, because you've done that in the past and it got you nowhere. So you're trying to be careful with how you move now, because you don't want that cycle to repeat, because like we said, it's only up from here, right? So yeah, I guess in the past you were dealing with a lack of long-term vision, so you're usually just, I'm gonna take the risk and then I'm gonna just do it, and whatever happens happens. You know what I'm saying? That could have been how you were. Okay. Understandable. We live and we learn. But right now you're playing it small because you don't want to repeat that cycle. Three of Wands reversed. And because whenever you made whatever move you made, it could have affected some kind of long-term goals that you already had planned out. And again, it caused you some setbacks, like we mentioned before, right? And so that's where we are right now. What guidance do we get from this? We have the Five of Wands reversed. You're avoiding some kind of conflict, or like you're not feeling like you're capable of handling conflict right now due to your moodiness. Same. I feel you. And I guess you're trying to respect differences with something or someone, because I mean, you're not always going to agree on things, and you know this. You're easy to talk to, but you're not confrontational. You're not gonna argue about it. And I like that, because like, what's the point of arguing? No one's gonna change their mind if they're already set in their ways, unless they want to change their mind, unless there's like a specific perspective that actually, sits right, then it's like maybe 50-50 chance. But you don't always want to do that. Sometimes you just try to talk to people just to learn from them, because this is a learning experience for you. You know what I'm saying? You're learning from people so you can learn how to live happy and not have to worry about, screwing up, losing your, chance with something or someone. I don't know. But, and we got the Queen of Wands in reverse. This person, or whatever you're used to dealing with like selfish people. Or some people may actually view you as selfish, when all you're really doing is you're just focused. And a lot of people mistake that as selfishness. And due to the fact that you're non-confrontational, you don't tend to let people know, because you're afraid that if you let people know, that someone's going to try and get in the way, because you're used to that. You know what I'm saying? And I am too. Relatable. Very relatable. I understand. Yeah, we got the Three of Cups here. Something about something to do with a friend group. You could also be looking for a friendship as well, because I guess, it's a clean slate due to the rain. The cycle's ended, so you want new experiences, new friend groups, new, people to celebrate with, man, because you're fucking bored. And it's like, you're tired of the same ass shit. You want something different. Literally at the bottom of the deck, you're burnt the fuck out. And it's and it's like, you feel like you have no direction, because you're on your own. You feel like you're on your own, because no one really gets it, No one tries to get it, because they're always, this is the way, this is the only way, or blase, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, but it's just an illusion, bro. It's just an illusion. Let them live in their own delusion. And, follow your own intuition. You don't always have to listen to other people's guidance. But if it sits right with you, that's fine. This entire reading may not even sit with you, and that's totally fine. It might sit with somebody else, I mean, whatever. But all you're really trying to do is just get back into realignment with what you were originally trying to do. Or, again, with that passionate project that we talked about earlier, something to do with the project. Hierophant. You're being guided to try your being guided to maybe study some kind of tradition or traditions in something about rules, so that you can, blend, because you're tired of being the one standing out all the time, the odd one of the group, because everyone's just like, ugh, you're weird, or like, why would you do that? When you can do this, or like they're always questioning you, and they make you feel like you're dumb. You're not dumb. You just come from a different background. You could come from a different country. You could come from a different state. You can come from whatever. You know what I mean? And it's just like, all you get is judgment, and that's what pisses you off. And that's why you stay to yourself, because you're like, okay, well, no matter what I do, I'm being judged, which is everybody, But like, you're just over it. You want to be around people that aren't brutal with their judgment. I mean, it's necessary when it's necessary, but you're used to brutal judgment. And because you're always looked at as an outsider, a reject, a nobody. But that's how you feel. You're being called to reprioritize something. What are we reprioritizing? Set clear boundaries on something, or with people. I guess whenever you speak, you need to be a little more direct. Yeah. Because, okay. This could also be what you're looking for. Someone that's like unbiased judgment. That's what you're looking for. Unbiased judgment. And you could also be having issues with... No, this is what you're being called to do. You're being called to rest. And what you're looking for is unbiased judgment. You could be used to dealing with like religious judgment or like restrictions. Because you could also be a natural rebel. And not everybody likes that. The South loves it, depending where you are. But like, not everybody can handle your level of rebellion. And that's fine, that means they're not for you. But it's just not your crowd. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you're just pretty much being called to retreat right now. Recoup. Rest while you can. The Mercury retrograde post-shadow period ends on the 9th of this month. So the confusion should be cleared up by then. You'll be able to, do what you need to do when it comes to, like, communication and stuff like that. Change perspective, take a pause, reevaluate what you need to say, take a breather, kind of take a different view on things. Sometimes things are happening for you, not to you, and you tend to mistake that as an act of offense, and that's why your defenses stay up, because you're used to always having to defend yourself. To the blind, because people are just gonna be blind. I mean, they're not gonna see it if they don't want to see it, and you can't make them see it, because when you make them, you know, when you push your beliefs onto someone, that's when you become a narcissist. You know what I'm saying? And we don't like narcissists. You and I know what that's like. You know, and we all have it in us. No one's necessarily not a narcissist. I mean, that's fucking dumb. Anyone with a brain knows that. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Again, yeah, you're being called to rest at this time. Rest while you can. And I guess recoup from whatever this is, and, you know, let go of what was, so you can welcome in what is to come. There could be some work-home conflict going on too. That's also kind of got you kind of drained. Or you maybe feel like you're being smothered. Like you're just, you need your space. Right? You need your space. So take that time and solitude if you need to. Yeah, again, self-respect. If you need space from whoever this person is, get that space. If you need to cut ties, cut ties. If you feel like they're just too much to handle, then they're just too much to handle. I mean, it's your life. You choose what you want to do. And, I mean, if you need me to get a yes or no to clarify that for you, I can. Would it be wise to let this person go? We got a yes card. Yes, let go of the old so you can bring in the new. We have a new project that you're working on, and they're in the fucking way. If they don't support what you're doing, they don't need to be in your life. You're literally blocking your own blessings by keeping people that serve no good to you, but just use you, or just want to be around because you're you, or you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying that they're like that, like, completely, but you're not used to having someone up your ass. You don't like anybody up your ass. You know what I'm saying? You need your privacy when you need your privacy. And whenever they're, like, all up in your face, you're just like, dude, fuck off. Please. You know what I'm saying? So, I felt that. Because I am the same way. If I don't have my space, if I don't have my solitude, I will go apeshit. Why do you think I'm alone right now? I have a temper. Nah, I've never killed anybody or anything like that, no. But I will cuss a bitch out and regret it instantly because it's someone I didn't mean to actually hurt. You know what I mean? And especially when they confront you for nothing or just because they feel like they can. If I walk off, it's to protect myself from myself. And it's also protect you from myself. Because I'm a rage. And you could probably also have that same issue. I mean, we're cancers, dude. But yeah. Just understand this negative phase is only temporary. Been there, done that. I've got the retrograde throw down. So if you need help with that, holler. And considering that the retrogrades are hitting water signs this year, we're gonna have one. Well, we're finishing up this one for the spring, and then we got another one for the summer, and I believe we got another one for the fall. I'll double check, but yeah, we got 3 of them this year, and chances are that should be it. I'll double check it later, but yeah. Again, with the 10s though, you could be seeing 10-10 a lot. And again, every end has a new beginning, so do what you need to do. Anything else? Yeah. Knight of Cups reversed. You could also be having an overactive imagination. Damn. Because you're in a process of releasing pain. Because whenever, okay, listen. I've explained these in my other videos. I'll go ahead and explain it to you in case you didn't hear it. But during retrogrades, that's a period of transition. That's a time where your past comes to revisit, which is why you have those moments where you're just randomly stuck in the past about something or reminiscing something from the past. It's because it's your past coming back to see if you're still going to make that same mistake again. Because it's a new season. It's a new cycle. And if you continue to stay in that same cycle by making the same moves and mistakes, then of course you're gonna stay stuck, bruh. And you're just gonna keep getting delayed. Take a different route. But again, yeah, because you've been working your ass off, but not getting much of a reward out of it. Same. And so I guess sometimes it's best to put whatever it is that is holding you back to rest at, like, for a moment. And to focus on stability, a stable income. And then whenever you have a stable income, make time for your side stuff. That's kind of what I'm in the process of doing as well, because, you know, it's like every job I go to, someone's got to be a bitch and, you know, get in the way of success when I'm, you know, working my ass off. But they don't like that you're working your ass off. They don't want you to do better than them. You know what I'm saying? Because bitches ain't shit. But, like, you know, it's like that. It's like that. Bitches ain't shit. But, you're used to people acting strategically, sneaky. That could be what you're recovering from. Trickery. Same. Do this right, bruh. Okay, yeah. You've got this thirst for knowledge. It's like you're tapping into your inner child, and it's like you're wanting to learn. Like you want to learn. You want to learn how to live now. You've got the mindset. Now you want to put it into action. Same. And maybe look for new ways of communicating. Could have had a sudden awareness on something when it comes towards something like some kind of happiness, or what you could be doing is just checking in for realignment, or something happened to where you're checking in for new alignment. Yeah, because the Hangman in reverse, due to your delays and shit, it's kind of this feeling of lack of control pisses you off. Because again, you're so used to being in control. You're not used to dealing with this on your own. Being called to follow your intuition, trust your intuition, but don't mistake your intuition with your feelings, wishful thinking. You know what I'm saying? So be careful with that. You could also be meeting someone new. This could be a friendship, partnership, could be platonic, romantic, it doesn't matter. Whatever you're looking for. Partnership. Yep. It's like there's some kind of mutual attraction, but you're being called to start this off kind of slow because you don't want to move too quickly, because you don't want to cause any conflict, because you and this person could also be going through a change as well, a transition period, and it's like y'all both let go of something that y'all needed to let go of, and or accepting what is and moving forward, but y'all don't want to move forward alone because it's like, or you don't. I don't know. It's I don't know. It's weird, but yeah. It's like you're wanting to win at all costs, but it's like you gotta understand you're gonna win some and you're gonna lose some. You can't just expect to win all the time. And then again, you know, well, that's kind of the old way of thinking, because like you could also win even if it's a small win. A win is a win, right? A win is a win. You may lose, but you're also winning. You may lose something, but every time you lose something, you gain something, and when you gain something, you lose something. I mean, that's just how it is. That's how you balance. You know what I'm saying? That's how you balance the scale. And so, like, for example, but you're not stupid, but I'm gonna say it anyway. For example, I would probably save more money, have more money if I quit this. Or I would probably have more money if I dedicated my time into this. So that means I'd have to lose or sacrifice some time for this to gain profit off of this, and blase. You get the point, right? Logic. Yep. creative blocks. And I guess with whatever this creative block is, it's blocking. Your fear of the unknown. Because you're afraid of taking another risk on something and getting tricked out of your spot once again, because you know, when we see patterns, and we catch on quick and we dip out because we ain't got time for it. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's time to get the fuck up. That's literally our mindset right now. So yeah. Anything else? Ooh, what's that? Page of Cups upright. Okay. This person though, this could be you or them. It's like you could be receiving intuitive messages on something or someone, and I guess you could be wanting to surprise, or like, not necessarily surprise, but like well, I mean, it is kind of I don't really know how to explain it, dude. It's like this person could also be a little younger than you. Let's see. Or have a youthful spirit. That's probably also what's, I guess, caught your eye. But because of it being like a chaotic time right now, you're worried that if you do pop up and it's like, hey, and you're like, and then it was just like, ah, you know, like it's like you're worried it's not going to work out, and it's, you know, I get that. This person could be going through a lot, and you're afraid that it's gonna, you know, clarity card. This person could be going through a lot too, and it's like you don't want to, you know, scare them off. You know what I mean? So, but you're being called to keep a sharp mind, and I guess because we got the Fool in reverse at the bottom. So that's literally just confirming what I had said about you holding back because you're afraid that it's not the right time for them because of everything they're going through. Because, yeah. They could be in their independence right now. We got the Six of Pentacles at the bottom, and it's also confirming. But this person is not one-sided. You could also not be one-sided. You could be... Whatever this project is going to be with this partner or whatever you see in them, it'll be equal give and take. So this isn't someone you have to necessarily worry about losing, but it's also not something you want to completely rush into, because they may be insecure about their money situation or their living situation, or, you know, lack of resources due to, you know, some kind of falling out. I mean, the list goes on, bruh. So it's like, not that serious, but it's also kind of serious. You know what I mean? But yeah, you could be dealing with someone with high standards, or you could also have high standards. So but you could also be looking for someone to work with, like, or something with apprenticeship, like someone to either work for or work with on something, building something. Seven of Cups reversed. Okay, so pretty much this person aligns with personal values, or y'all could be in the same alignment with personal values, or have a lot in common, actually. But you could also have your differences as well. I mean, that's normal. But again, this is just not something you're used to dealing with. It's different. You need different, and apparently they do too. So get your rest. Should they make the move? Again, it's a maybe. I don't know if you can see that. It's a maybe. That's if you feel like you want to make that move. Again, they're in the process of releasing baggage, so you can't expect them to be all in your face, lovey-dovey, and, you know, yeah, because, you know, they're dealing with their insecurities right now. They're fighting off their insecurities, their inner demons, after recovering from this down cycle. So they're not going to fully trust you 100% just because you come off as some trustworthy person. Spirit knows you're trustworthy, but they don't know that right now. You know what I mean? So yeah. They're gonna come off as a little detached at first, but don't take it personal. It's got nothing to do with you. Okay? I need to make that very clear. That has nothing to do with you. So if they are quiet because they don't want to hurt you. They don't want to put that energy onto you. It's not because they're ignoring you. It's not because they're doing this, that, and the third, talking to someone else, you know, because you're used to that happening too. You're used to sneakiness, deception, the whole 9 yards, right? So, no. They're used to that too. Why would they push that on somebody else when they already know what that's like? They got people that do that. Yeah. But not everybody's gonna do that. not when they already learned the lessons. And why would they want to go back to that? You know what I mean? So, again, is that everything? I feel like that's everything. No, I lied. You're also being called to forgive yourself. Something with self-forgiveness. It is raining its ass off. You could have been crying a lot too. Cleanse. Something about a cleanse. Maybe take a nice hot shower. Jam out in the shower. Bitch, that's what I do. So do. I do. I jam the fuck out. That's my way of healing. Whenever I need to release old baggage, I like to shower. Alone. I like to shower alone and jam the fuck out. Because that's just my way of healing. Everybody does their own thing, though. You may be a bathtub type of person. I mean, I don't really know. That's your business. But, like, this is, you know, it will just help calm the frustration. As, you know, since right now is a slow movement. A very temporary slow movement. The cycle's almost over. I mean, what day is today? What day is today? Today is April 5th. Oh, happy Easter. But, so 4 more days of this bullshit, and then things will start clearing up. So, what you decide to do with that time is up to you. So, yes. Is there anything else? Damn. There's more. Scarcity mindset. Gotta get rid of it, bro. Start saving your money. Focus on your security. Don't give in to greed. You could be someone that could be obsessed with wealth and status. That's not safe here. Or wherever you're going, it's not safe. You'll get robbed. You'll get jumped. Don't try to fuck with your car. Please be very mindful with how you talk to people and how you approach. Especially in whatever area you plan on going to. Just a heads up. You're being called to blend. You may also be pushed to reach out. Something about gratitude. I guess you want to reach out for gratitude. Something about justice. But it came out this way, so you're not sure how to perceive this justice. You could also be seeing the number 11 a lot, 1111. Something about a wish fulfillment, but you don't know if this is good justice or bad justice that this person could be going through, or that you could be going through. I guess due to this gift from the universe, you don't know if it's good or bad, because I guess based off of your past and everything, you're used to karmic energy, and not all karmics are bad, and some karmics actually last, you know, if you want them to last. You don't always have to leave karmics, but I mean, that's just, it's, in the end, it's up to you, because it's your life. So what you decide to do is up to you. You don't know if you're dealing with someone that's unfair, who lacks accountability, or you don't know if this is like someone that walks in truth, because you could be hearing two different stories and you don't know which one's true. And usually when you're confused about what you're hearing, it's an automatic no. Unless you hear it from the source, don't pay attention to hearsay, because that's also what blocks your blessings too. Because you listen to hearsay rather than, you know, asking for yourself. So, but this is someone that is working on their financial independence, so it's like they're not here to use you or anything, and they take accountability, yes, when they need to, but when they're focused and someone's telling them how they should be, they don't always listen, because they already know how they should be. They just don't move at the same pace as them, because they have a different plan. Not everybody's gonna move the way others move, you know what I mean? And that's okay. If they don't understand, then they just don't understand. That's just how it is. No matter how hard you explain it, they're just destined to not understand, because not everybody's gonna get it in this lifetime. You know what I mean? Yep, I guess that's it. Well, I really hope this helped. It was a long ass reading. I'm going to bed now. So, bye.